it does happen to be an isekai. So for those that don't know, an isekai is where a character leaves his world for whatever reason, or her world for whatever reason, and ends up in a new world, usually some fantasy setting with powers and of whatever powers there are. There's different gimmicks and things like that. They have long titles a lot of times, but some are good, some are not. The one that we were just talking about, beginning after the end, is an isekai. The one that Kevin was talking about, Clevitus, is not an isekai. It's just straight fantasy. So different things for different people. So there's hundreds of isekai out there now. I mean, it's its own genre now where there's more isekai coming. You can watch like all the isekai or just all the anime that aren't isekai in a given season and have a pretty full season ahead of you every season. So, with that being said, is isekai boring or is it oversaturated now? What do you think?
Well, me personally, I'm not bored with it yet. Do I think they could do, mix it up a little bit? That's why the beginning after the end it was so refreshing to me, because they kind of they hit a different little mode with it, man. Little different take on how to do a isekai, man. It was pretty spot on, really, man. But for the most part, it's starting to get a little repetitive. I'm kind of tired of seeing the little meek ass office worker who gets pushed on and pushed over and ran over and just fucked over and all that other good shit, and then he gets reincarnated and he's just as badass and all the chicks want him type shit. Now that kind of storyline, I kind of wish they would kind of steer away from a little bit. Also we summoned a hero from another land type shit. That shit's starting to come up quite a fucking bit. I mean, it's still interesting if you were a fan of like OP characters and little shit like that, and just different takes on people who believe in like reincarnation and stuff like that. Because some people even think like, oh, this is what's gonna happen when I die right here type shit in real life. But some of us kind of played, man. Like certain shit that's good. It has a different take. I say Remonster's a good one that has a different take on on isekai. Shout out to the old Goblin man. R.I.P. Beginning after the end is a real good one, man. That one right there really like he's born and he's strong, but he's not the strongest like most of them. So that's a real good take on that one. The wrong way to use healing magic is another good one. I ain't gonna go too much in there. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later on in the episode, but for the most part, for me personally, I don't really think it's boring. I just think it's starting to get a little repetitive. Like, give me something different. Like the new one we're watching is called give me 1 second, y'all. It's called A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. That's the newest one me and the wife had just started, and it's kind of like it's really mid. It's really mid so far. It's really mid.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's really mid. We're trying to get into it. Like the biggest thing I want to see about that one is the first episode. They don't show how he died. Motherfucker just watch a TV and then it's, hey, I'm here. What powers do you want? Okay, goodbye. And that's really how the shit starts. So it's really mid. But I am curious to hear what you have to say on the topic of isekai, sir. So what do you think?
So I think it's one of those things. It's like a cash grab. I mean, it's one of those things that if you put a character in a world, give them some powers, give them some women with jiggly bits, and you've got a whole bunch of people watching. Because what happens a lot of times is they're usually this meek character because it's a power fantasy. It's like insert yourself. That's why they all look the same. That's where the most boring looking character in the anime. I mean, in most isekai, they usually have the most basic look. You have multiple races, you have different color hairs, but it's always the same black haircut look, same build, and about 60-70% of them. So a lot of those, when I see those, the Kirito look. So for those that don't know, it's the Kirito look. And the one that you're watching now, I think that character has that look, if I'm not mistaken. So I think for an isekai to be good to me, it has to have a unique premise of like what makes the world unique, or what's the premise to get the person there. And then you have to do a good job building the world, I think. I mean, I think that's where something like what is it, reincarnated as a slime. That does I mean, because some people consider certain parts of that boring, but it's basically like isekai with civilization. So I
Mm.
mean, there's some that go heavy into that building the world, and it's isekai but a pharmacy, isekai but farming, isekai but a hospital. And so there's some that I don't watch those too often, but there's that kind of subgenre where it's not really fighting and power fantasies. It's like I'm going to bring the principles of economics to this world and
Mm.
rule the world with economics. And so, I mean, that's kind of silly. Another one that's interesting is Konosuba. It's kind of a comedy, so it's a play on it. He dies, and he dies in a stupid way. Come to find out, he didn't even really have to die. The goddess that gives him his powers is laughing at him in the afterlife before she gives him his powers, like stupid.
Damn.
And so then it's like, he does a roulette to get his power. His power is kind of trash. His power is basically he can steal anything from a person based on luck. So his luck score or whatever. And what you end up finding out is a lot of times if he's fighting a woman, he's gonna steal their panties. So it's wild. It's some pervy stuff, but it's funny though. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend that one if you want to laugh and one that doesn't take itself serious. But they also told him that he could bring anything that he wanted to the world. So he picked the goddess. So the goddess is mad because she got to go too. And so it's funny. It's funny. So I'd recommend
Give me the
that one.
bitch.
So if you like silly anime, like one of the characters who's everybody's favorite, she's only got one spell. She can use it like once a day, and it's a big super explosion. And so
No.
that's her only magic. So that's pretty cool. And then the other one, she's like the warrior tank class, but she likes torture. So she's what's the word? Masochistic. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the word. So she likes that kind of stuff. So she likes to be beaten and taken advantage. It is weird, but it's not like one of those where it's like they drop in shirts and you see in everything every 5 minutes. It's just done for laughs. So
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. Another one that's good is ReZero.
ReZero, yeah.
That one's
I don't
good.
even know which one to watch. Man, I be trying to
Uh,
figure out which one to watch. It's like 1,000 of them bitches feel like,
mm-hmm.
and
Just
I
see
know
what gets
all
you
of them weren't
watching.
good.
No, ReZero is one where he doesn't really have any powers per se. His power is to go back in time a little bit.
Mm.
So you basically go back in time with all the memories of what happened before, and the mental implications of that are pretty interesting too. So every time he dies, he goes back in time. So you get to the point where it's like, that was messed up. Let me kill myself. But then there comes a time because he dies in really gruesome ways. He gets
Mm.
PTSD, and it's natural. It's not like those anime where it's like, oh, off myself, back in the fight, let's go. No, he really deals with some of the ramifications of like seeing all his friends die and then coming back, or him dying gruesomely, or his friend dying trying to save him. It's really good. I'd
Heavy
recommend that
shit.
one. That one's, yeah. I mean, it's got action too, but I mean that one's just the mental ramifications of that one are pretty good. So, like I said, I think there's a good premise. There's one I can't remember the name of it, but the guy goes isekai, goes in the world, comes back from the world, and he's got his powers in the real world. So
Mm.
that was kind of interesting. I think it's on Netflix. I forgot what it's called. He's like
Yeah, we gotta
some
find out what the
uncle,
name of that one is.
Isekai uncle or something like that.
Hmm. That sounds interesting.
hmm There's a whole bunch of them now. I mean, with Overlord, let's see, Lord. Oh, dropped his arm, but Overlord can't go wrong with Isekai. One of my favorites, Lord Nines and them. So that's another one. The power is high. What is the other one? Imminence and Shadow. That was kind of silly. So that one kind of played up for silly. So that can get annoying. But I mean, instead of just listing them all, I think it's getting oversaturated, and I think it's kind of hard weeding through the good ones because you'll say
Yeah.
like even the beginning after the end, and we talked about it a little bit before. I was like, well, it's not bad. I like it, but it's got a lot. It's just like to me, Jobless Reincarnation or Mashoko Tensei, whatever you want to call it, um, without the main character being pervy. So
Hmm.
the main character in Jobless Reincarnation was he was a shut in. He ends up, I think he kills himself or something, or he dies in his room. but he comes back and he grows up as a baby, and you learn about the world, you learn about the magic system, whole bunch of stuff happens. He ends up having multiple wives. Um, Later on through the course of the anime, he becomes real overpowered, but it's a slow progression. So it's not like say a solo leveling or something where he's like comes in, he's got the most overpowered skill off the rip. It's he's growing, he's advanced. So it's kind of like it comes across like he's a prodigy from the beginning. So he gets
And
magic
I'm
early.
starting to like those. He's
Yeah.
like those more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Show a
you
little
get the
bit of
same,
progression.
you get his inner monologue. So I feel like if you said that the beginning after the end was basically um, fantasy, isekai from a fantasy world, or jobless reincarnation from a fantasy world, I could get that because they have a lot of similar beats. I mean, there's different races and things like that. Um, what do you call it? Beginning after the end it's not as far along. Whereas I think Jobless Reincarnation has like 3 seasons, and the fourth one's getting ready to come out. But this one just has the first 12 season episode, so it hadn't had enough time to grow yet. And I know you're reading it, so you'll have a better idea of that than me. But it's not bad. I mean, I like it, and I mean, I think Isekai's not to the point where I just swear it off altogether. There's a few that I like. There's a lot that I like. There's a few that we watch every season. So I think a lot of them are boring. I think a lot of them are cash cow or trying to rein in like, hey, we're just gonna throw this out there. Like I remember there was one where Lost in Another World with a cell phone. I didn't watch it, but the premise was just dumb enough for me. So there's one that they say reincarnated as a vending machine or something like that.
I think I've seen the cover.
So they say that one's actually surprisingly good for what it is.
I don't know, man. I don't know it. Yeah, I couldn't.
I would think it's stupid, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things like, okay, we need money. We can corner the market because he can bring anything that's in a Japanese vending machine. So interesting. One where he gets reincarnated as a sword and the character uses them. So, I mean, there's certain tropes like the look of the character. My favorite is when they get killed by getting off by a truck, or affectionately known as truck coon. So I like that. So, started off the rip with a truck, same kind of little white truck hitting them. It's gonna be a good time. There's another one. It's not an isekai, but if you want to see somebody get hit by a truck in the most glorious fashion, there's an anime called like Zombie something, or it's about like a girl group, but they're all like undead and stuff. And she's like going to start her day. I haven't watched the anime, I've just seen this part. She's going to watch her day, going to start her day. She's having a good time. She's bopping, getting ready to leave. Truck just bops her. It's great. Right. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of good ones out. I think there's good ones out there. I think there's boring ones out there. I mean, it's kind of like the fast food anime right now, for the most part.
Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that. But I will say, switching gears off the isekai with the how do you fucking say that? Clavitus?
Yeah, Clavitus.
Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, man, coming out of the fucking isekai tunnel for a little bit. I am gonna mention a couple of good isekais that I've started that are brand new. One in particular that I'm gonna mention when we talk about it later. But yeah, man, it's definitely the fast food anime right now. That's a great way to put it. I'll definitely give you that.
No, great. So let us know what you guys think. Isekai boring? Do you watch Isekai? Do you care about Isekai? I mean, Isekai goes way back. It's not a new thing. I mean, like Escaflowne, I think. What is it? 12 Kingdoms was an old school one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of them from back in the 90s and beyond that are Isekai. Was it Now, Then, Here, Yet? Something like that. And there's the Isekai. So it's a bunch of them out there, even from back in the day. But they just all, the title tells you everything about what you need to know. So
yeah,
I mean, some of those are good, some of those are not. So I mean, some of them I wish they would just go straight fantasy instead of isekai. I mean, all you're doing is I like when the previous life has a factor in the current life. Like a lot of people don't like Jobs' reincarnation because he's so pervy. And I get that. I understand that. That is a bit off-putting a lot of times. But one of the interesting things about his character is he has a lot of PTSD from how he was bullied back in the day and how he's hesitant on certain things. So that plays into some of his interactions with people. So that's kind of cool too.
Yeah,
or just different
that
things.
aspect of it.
So there's one like the assassin, not the one about the assassin that just came out this season, where it's like a number one assassin gets reincarnated into another world and he comes in there. So that one's supposed to be a good one that I want to check out too. There's just so many.
Yeah, there is. There's something else. Another one like he's a reincarnated as a hero or some shit like that. Like he's a villain and they reincarnate him as a hero and he has to do hero shit. Been wanting to check that one out too. I think I might try to find that and put it in the queue.
And then there's a whole nother genre of it is the villainess isekai genre where a woman character gets reincarnated into a visual novel or something like that, and she's like either the main love interest or the villain to the main character or whatever the case may be, or different stuff. So I mean, it's different subgenres within isekai,
yeah,
as well. So I mean, I say give a few a try. I mean, some of them are good, like I said. There's some good ones out there. See what everybody's watching, and then I mean, you can go from there. But yeah, I wouldn't swear the whole category off because sometimes they're pretty good. They're pretty interesting. So, I mean, for every reincarnated in the slime, there's like 15 bad ones. But check it out.
True.